Hey it says, welcome back to another video. I just finished watching the Battlefield trailer. I picked a couple of screenshots I want to discuss with you guys from the pre-alpha gameplay footage. If you remember yesterday in my video, I said from the concept art that we saw that perhaps the game could be set in a Desert Storm-esque setting, a la Battlefield 3 style, and I was confirmed correct there from the reveal we saw today. Let's start with that image on bottom right. We can see us holding some type of an M4 or an M16, and in front of us again is a 1990s M1 Abrams tank, which was in operation in Desert Storm, which then confirms that the games might be in a Desert Storm setting. Now, I hope this is real, and this isn't just Battlefield 3 Portal they're showcasing here. I hope this is the real next game. The other thing I noticed from the bottom right picture is the random soldiers running around. There's no operators. I don't see any operators. This is great. They always said there won't be any operators, but it's now nice to finally don't see operators. We are back to being random goons on the battlefield. I really appreciate that. Let's move to the image on the top right. We're holding an RPG-7, which was also present in Battlefield 3, and we can see a little bit of the destruction. I'm not going to comment too much on the destruction. Honestly, a lot could change. Destruction here, I mean, it's hard to say. It looks limited, I would say. If that's good or bad, that's up to you. And then when we move on to the picture on the top left, we see a little bit more of the destruction, and the map presents itself with vibrant colors. The trees are vibrant, the sky is nice and blue, so everything looks kind of clear. I'm not sure what engine this game is going to use. Is this going to be on Frostbite 3, 4, Unreal 5, 6, 7, 8? I don't know. No information of that has been shown yet. But what I saw was fire. They also used the nostalgic Battlefield 3 main theme was playing in the background. Everybody was nerdgasming. But I will still advise here, guys, that you stay vigilant. Yes, the trailer looked good, but don't pre-order the game. That you pre-ordering the game only helps EA. It's not going to help these developers. You helping them is you registering for the playtest for these Battlefield Labs. So how do you pre-register for these Battlefield Labs? Well, first you make sure you have your email and password, then you will log into the EA website. I will leave the link in the video description. You follow the link to register, then a window will open, join Discord or register now. You register, you go to lower left, sign in, and sign in with your account. Just fill out the random application, and then you will go in a pretty lengthy queue. When I came home, I was in queue, like 1 million people were before me. So be aware of that. The next important topic we need to speak about is how many studios are working on Battlefield 6, and it's 4 studios. We have Criterion, we have Ripple, we have EA Motive, and we have DICE. This can of course be a blessing and a curse. The blessing of having so many studios working on one project at the same time is that they can help each other and they can relieve pressure from one another. For example, DICE is working on the multiplayer and every other guy can focus on the maps, they can focus on single player and so on. But it can also be a curse if you have a bad leader. There has to be somebody in charge here who's gonna hold all those 4 studios together and who's gonna, check what they're doing, that they're doing it correctly. And we have already had an example of bad leadership because 4 studios also worked on another game, Battlefield 2042. So you see my argument here that they need a good leader. And who the leader is here is also important. Vincent Pella is the leader of Battlefield 6. Now, the reason I'm calling it Battlefield 6 is because they still haven't given an official name for this game. So from now on, it's called Battlefield 6 on my channel until we get the real name for this game. Now, Vincent Pella is a person who worked on Call of Duty 4, who worked as also a lead directive designer on Titanfall 1 and 2. But all 3 of those games were great games. I love Titanfall 1, I love Titanfall 2. Call of Duty 4, in my opinion, is one of the most influential games of all time. Call of Duty 4 inspired Battlefield 3 for sure. So having Zampella here is a good thing. The bad thing, of course, is he worked on COD. But let me calm you down here. He worked on Call of Duty that didn't have all the modern gaming crap over it. It didn't have SBMM, it didn't have bots, and so on. Call of Duty 4 was a god game. So him being here, I think it's a good thing. He could definitely hold these studios together and he could evaluate what they're doing. He could try the maps. He could say, hey, I don't know, guys, I don't like this map. I don't like this gun. Maybe he could bring his expertise here and be this, huge titan that's holding these 4 studios together on a leash and checking what they're doing and make sure that they're not all of them stray away from the pack and they all stay kind of together, grouped up, and make sure they deliver a good product here. The other important person here is, of course, David Sirlin, Mr. Tigger. He was hired in Battlefield 4 after the disaster launch to fix the game, a year and a half after the game came out, and he fixed Battlefield 4, really brought it back from the dumpster fire it used to be. Here, though, it's a little bit different. He was hired actually early to prevent another Battlefield 4 launch from happening. So I advise you, when the client is out for Battlefield Labs, I'm assuming it's going to be a separate client from the actual game. When the game is out, to go try the game, give the man some feedback. He already was very vocal and said he's not just going to chase yes men on YouTube for feedback. He's gonna take all feedback into account. So, download Battlefield Labs. It's free. You can try the game for free as well and give the man feedback so he can work with that and push forward to, the upper ups and try to make something happen. So yeah, that's basically the trailer in a nutshell, the little video they presented on X on YouTube. I really hope we get at least 6 out of 8 vanilla maps that are good, that are playable, that are very fun in all of the game modes. I hope we get vehicles that are fun, not overpowered, but fun, and that there is a good balance between air, land, and infantry. You know, many people praise Battlefield 3, and obviously this game is going to be based on Battlefield 3, at least from what we saw from the gameplay trailer. Just hope that the infantry is going to be a little bit more stronger against air vehicles than what we had in BF3, where they only had RPG and small to deal with air vehicles. Hopefully here, this time around, they're going to have a little bit more tools to deal with air vehicles if they're going to go in the route of the Battlefield 3 balance. What are your thoughts about the trailer? How are you feeling about this Battlefield 3 stuff? Did you expect maybe Battlefield 4 return, or did you want it like something complete new game? I'll be honest here, I'm happy taking anything as long as it's a solid game. I, of course, enjoy Battlefield 3, I enjoy Battlefield 4, I enjoy Battlefield 1, but I would be lying if I didn't say that I'm looking forward to something new. I really want to play a new Battlefield game, something new, something fresh, something where I don't know everything, something which surprises me, something which reignites that spark I used to have for the franchise. That spark is always burning, of course, but it's just so small, it's tiny. I want this to be a massive bonfire, like I'm on the fucking Vicar, man, somewhere in the 1970s in England, a massive bonfire. That's the type of fire I want that it burns, and I really hope this game brings this. But like I said earlier in the video, guys, stay vigilant, don't pre-order. Like I said, you pre-ordering only helps EA. Those developers are not gonna get that money, guys. You help them by providing good feedback, by being honest with them, and by not, you know, funneling the game's balls if it sucks. Praise where praise is due, you know, don't praise everything. Praise when you play the game, when you can give honest feedback. That's gonna be where I'm closing this video at. Please keep that in mind, and tell me, what are you hoping for with this game? Are you hoping for good maps? Are you hoping for breakthrough only game, for conquest only? How are you feeling about the single player? Is this something for you? And how did you find, you know, the overall trailer and what they presented here? Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention, how did you like the guys? Like, I saw many of the new developers here I didn't see before. They looked okay, they didn't seem too arrogant to me personally. You know, I found them cute, but I found them, you know, dedicated, at least from what I saw from the trailer. And I hope to fucking God they're not acting. I just hope they appeared genuine, at least. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the Battlefield 1 gameplay. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Of course, I'm a Battlefield creator. I'm going to be spamming content wherever I can. When the game is out, when Battlefield Labs is out, if I can post content, I'll post it. If I can talk about it, I'll talk about it. Have a very nice day. When there's something new happening, then I'm just going to, you know, record another video. I'm going to hop on BF1, record some gameplay for you guys, and we're going to discuss everything new. Leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Blue Sky, whatever your social media of choice is. And I'm gonna see you next time. Have a very good one. Bye-bye.
Exciting.
20 attackers remain. We have lost objective apples.
That's an enemy medic. There's an enemy machine gun.
Amiens is ours. Your heroes, every man jack of you, all working together.
Wir haben von